So, John, why developer should care about the API management?
API management provides a really nice way to separate your front ends from your back end services that are actually hosting the API. And so what this does is it makes it a lot easier to uh, maintain your services, revise your services, version your APIs. And then you can also control the behavior of the APIs themselves through the use of policies, which are really powerful. So by doing this, you can essentially separate your API lifecycle from what your consumers are seeing. So this might take the form of, say, you want to take a monolithic API and move it to a Kubernetes microservice. Your consumers of your API might not even notice that this is happening on the back end.
Okay, that's cool. So it's easier and everything. Does it mean can we see a demo about how we could do that? How can we experience that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just happen to have one set up here.
Excellent.
So when you
So
get
right
into
now we are where? We are in the Azure portal
we're in the Azure portal inside an API management instance. Specifically right here, this is the blade where you would define a new API.
okay.
And you can define a new API. You could start here and just start defining a blank API here and put down, what the API looks like to the front end callers, and then define the back end services. But we also provide a lot of ways that you can do this through specifications such as Open API, WADL or WSDL specifications. We also can create APIs from an Azure resource. A logic app is, let's say you have an API hosted on an app service or through a function app. And a couple of things to note here, we do have WebSocket API support in preview, and coming very soon is GraphQL API support.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot
really
of
cool.
excitement there.
Yeah. So
So
those import tool, I mean, like it should be way much faster now to bring some API in the API management system.
yeah, absolutely. And so I'll show you how quick this could be here with a function app. So I have a simple function app set up. It's literally a hello world function app with a couple different functions in it. And so when I click on this, it's going to bring up this window here, and it's going to ask me to browse for this. Now I can browse for any function app that I have access to. And as you see here, I have a APIM Hello World function app set up in Azure. So I'll go ahead here and select this. And here it shows me my two methods. I have a hello world method that's a post, and a get worlds function that's just a get call. So we'll go ahead and start that. And it allows me here, I can change the display name and the suffix within my service if I need to. But overall, we'll just take the basics here and say, go ahead and create this.
Keep it simple for the demo.
Keep it simple for the demo. And
But it's
so
always nice to see that, there's flexibility over there if you want to change stuff as you import.
absolutely. And so as you can see here, it picked up those operations within the function app, the hello world and the get world. And so really where the power of API management comes is within policies. And as I said before, policies are a way that you can change the behavior of the API, manipulate the incoming request, manipulate the outgoing response, implement, say, JOT tokens on the front end to make sure that your callers are who you think they are. And then there are over 50 built-in policies right now for API management. So there's a lot of functionality there, but you can also do some really neat stuff with custom code where you can essentially write your own policies. And
I'm assuming now you will show us exactly how we can do that, adding policies.
Yes. And one thing to note also about policies is they can be scoped at basically an all API level. So every API within API management would run the same policies. It could be scoped at the product level. Products are basically a collection of APIs that you publish to consumers. They can be done at the operation level. So each one of these, or at the level of the API that we imported. So at this API hello world. So it's kind of, you can get, either very global or very granular with applying the policies.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I'm going to go in here to the hello world, and I am going to create a policy here. Now, this is the policy editor. You also have the opportunity here to just add a policy without going into the editor, and it will just give you a list of some of the common policies. We're just going to go in here to the policy editor, and I'm going to create a simple policy called a rate limit by IP. Now, the rate limit policy, the purpose of it is if you have a caller, you don't want the caller to maybe overrun your API, call it thousands of times a minute. So you're going to limit the number of calls that they can make just to protect your API. And I'm going to set it to something pretty low here. I'm going to say we're going to allow one call per 60 seconds. And I'm just going to set a counter key of 1 here. So now what we're going to do is go into our test. And this test here allows us to test the API.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to add this here. And you see I get a 200 OK. However, said I get 1 of these per second. Now I get an error here of 429 too many requests. So that's essentially how a policy works in API management.
And now with that, you could put it like global, say I want some kind of security or need to pass a key or whatever, or like very, very specific on a specific call.
Correct.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you, John. And now we'll see the question from the chat.
Okay, thank you.